Dramatic finish.
The World Poker Tour. The biggest games, the greatest players, and the largest payouts on the planet. The WPT is a series of international high-stakes poker tournaments that can turn amateur players into millionaires and make professionals into superstars. With millions of dollars on the line, it's time for these 4 players to live the dream of fame, fortune, and the one thing money can't buy, a WPT title. Tonight on the World Poker Tour.
From the largest casino on the continent, Foxwoods, tonight we bring you the final table of the World Poker Finals. Hi everyone, I'm Mike Sexton along with Vince Van Patten, and welcome to the World Poker Tour. Tonight, we're in the hills of Connecticut at the Foxwoods Resort Casino, where one lucky player will stake their claim on a log cabin full of cash and a coveted WPT title.
Well, that is right, Mike. Now, last time the action started with WPT champion Lee Markholt getting rivered by the current chip leader, Matt Stout.
One is spade, butt naked, right here.
And we saw another gambling call by the self-proclaimed sick man, Soheil Shamseddin. And it led to heartbreak for the talented amateur player, Curt Kohlbert.
I am sick!
Now, all of these 4 remaining players are even closer to that over $900,000 first-place prize.
Including WPT champion Cornel Cimpan, who's looking to capture his second WPT title in only his 16th attempt.
Well, Vince, there's a lot of great stories at this table, but only one can have a happy ending.
Well, you're right, and there's only one way to find out which one it'll be. Let's go watch him gamble!
So here we go, 4 players left fighting it out for this prestigious title. There you see our chip leader, 24-year-old Matt Stout. He's out in front with over $4 million.
That's right, he's a pro out of Vegas. Grew up watching the World Poker Tour, he says, and now it's his dream to take home a title. Let's see if he does it. And he's a 5,000, blinds at 25 and 50,000. 4-handed poker about to begin. Action going to Cornel Cimpan, a WPT champion, and he looks down at a king-5, quickly folds his hand.
Action over to Soheil. What the hell, Shamseddin? He's got a nice hand here on the button, king-queen of clubs. He's going to raise the youngsters. Makes it 150,000 to go.
Into the chip leader, Matt Stout. He's got a king-10, but he's going to pass. Now, Eric Froehlich, Fro they call him. Eric is a World Series title winner. He was the youngest at the time at age 21.
Well, he's actually won 2 bracelets at the World Series of Poker.
20 attempts here on the World Poker Tour. He's finally made a cash. Well, he's got a queen, jack, and he's made this call. So 2-way action. Here's the flop.
Now flop comes 9-6-3 with 2 clubs. Soheil with the best hand and the best draw.
Yeah, Fro doesn't hit anything. He's going to check it. And Soheil with the 4 flush. Makes the continuation bet. He's going to stick out 525,000. And
now,
Eric
just has the lonely queen jack. And he's going to give it up. And look at Soheil, very disappointed. Most people, when they just have a flush draw, are just happy to win the pot. Not this guy. He wants action, Vince. He loves to get his money in with hands like this.
This is one of them.
Well, he is quite a character.
Well, when we saw him at his first WPT final table in Mississippi, we nicknamed him So What the Hell, Shamseddin, because he shrugged and seemed to play a lot of pots and said, oh, what the hell, let's gamble.
Well, look at it this way, boys.
You got to love this guy.
Years from now, you remember this night because you had a good time.
I only have a good time because you're here, Soho. You're the best. I wish I could have you at every table with me.
Me too.
Me too, for the rest of my life.
Happy-go-lucky. The guys showing their love for him. Eric quickly folding. Cornel. Now with a 7 deuce of hearts.
150.
And look at this. He is the bandit. The Houston Bandit's going to try to steal this one. Makes it 150 to go.
Wow. Raising with a 7 deuce. And he's going to win the pot because of it.
Yep, they all fly away. And that's why they call him the bandit. Very sneaky player, very aggressive. plays almost anything.
It's pretty incredible to me, Vince, that both Cornel and Soheil are from Houston, Texas. They're playing home games together down there. Here they've traveled to Foxwoods and are at the final table together against these two young, solid players making their first WPT final table appearance.
All right, it's on him right now.
125.
And this time he has an attractive ace-10, makes it 125 to go. Into Soheil with the button, who has an ace-6. And he is interested to play, makes this call.
Well, likes to gamble.
And now Matt Stout out of Vegas quickly folds his hand. And let's see what Efro does. An uneventful 6-3. So he's going to leave it to the seniors.
The two Houstonians going at it here. Both have been at a WPT final table before. Cornel going for his second title.
Well, here's the flop 9-8-7. They both have straight draws. And it's a check by Cornel. And Soheil with a smaller straight draw, going to bet 150,000. And a quick call by Cornel.
Here comes a turn card. A 10 of diamonds. Soheil has made a straight. Cornel has top pair and top kicker.
And Cornel has checked it, even though you have 10s. Very scary. Four cards come out like that.
You're always fearful your opponent's got a 6 or a jack in their hand. And in this case, you'd be right to fear it.
Yeah, Soheil's going to put out 300,000. And there's Soheil's daughter looking very happy on the rail.
Vince, can you imagine growing up with Soheil as your father? It's either a lifelong Disneyland or I don't know what.
Well, must be fun visiting him at the asylum.
Hey, he's a super nice guy. Just enjoys himself playing poker, that's all.
All right, take it.
Well, he's going to get the fold here. Soheil taking another pot.
Nice lay down by Cornel Cimpan right there. Soheil shows him the straight, and we move on.
Oh, I show the straight.
4 players left fighting it out for this coveted WPT title.
A lot of fundamentally what I would call extremely sound players. Fundamentally sound as far as mathematics, pot odds, equity, EV, and all this other garbage. They're awesome, but my philosophy is, as far as I'm concerned, you can flush it down the toilet. Because if I have 3 times the chip stack than you, I'll gamble to knock you out. I don't mind. I'll gamble knowing I'm behind. But the idea is to knock you out and get more chips. I don't mind putting it in when I've got chips to gamble.
The Poker Clinic by Soheil. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour.
I have never played in front of my parents. They're very, very supportive. They track me online and everything, and they always ask me how I'm doing, and they're very interested.
I'm going to go home and tell everybody about it. I can't wait. This is going to be awesome.
I think it's going to be more nerve-wracking for my parents than it will be for me. I know my mom's probably going to be a mess.
That's what poker will do to you. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We're at Foxwoods, and that is Matt Stout, self-proclaimed World Poker Tour lover. He said he grew up watching the World Poker Tour and dreamed of the day he could play at one of these final tables and maybe take home a title.
Well, this could be the day, Vance. As you can see, he's our big chip leader with 4 players left. So he's got a great shot to take down that WPT title he's dreamed about all his life right here tonight.
All right, right there you see the graph. And it's the percentage of chips the player has. If you have a green line, that means you have above average chips. A red line means below average. Cards are being dealt. Let's go to the felt. It's going to be on Eric Froehlich. He quickly folds his hand.
And that Cornel Cimpan on the button lays his hand down, so we get the battle of the blinds.
And here comes the madman, Soheil, with just a little suited connector. He's going to bump it up. 150,000 to go. Into the chip leader, Matt.
Well, he's got 9-8. He's got position. But look at this, Vince. He doesn't call. He comes over the top for a $200,000 re-raise. He's in position. He's got the chip lead. He knows this other guy will raise with anything, so I'll try to put pressure on him to take the pot away from him here with just a 9 high.
But Soheil is not going anywhere. He's going to make this call. Who will get lucky? Here come the first 3.
And flop comes ace, ace, 8. Nice flop for Matt right there.
Yep, he's got 8s and aces. Soheil has to act first. Nothing materializing for that flop, and he's going to check.
Well, Matt checks right behind him.
Kind of surprised at that. Here comes the turn card.
The 6 of diamonds on the turn.
Soheil going to check again, and another check. Going to the river.
The 7 of diamonds comes off. Soheil has absolutely nothing. But I'm sure he knows the only way he could possibly win this pot is to bet on it, because truthfully, he's just playing the board.
Oh, boy, he has bet it.
Call.
And an insta-call by the chip leader.
He did this. I didn't know if that meant...
So slow playing those 2 8s paid off for him. He made an extra $500,000 because of it. That's on every occasion. This final table, Matt Stout has looked up Soheil when he's been making a move on him.
Call.
Matt Stout has picked Soheil off like a cherry on a tree every time he's made a play at a pot so far. This guy reads him like a book, I can tell you.
Oh, look at Matt's father just holding his heart there. Rooting their son on. Big title at stake here. And in this hand, Matt quickly folding his hand.
That's over on Eric on the button. Just has a 10-8 offsuit, but has a lot of respect in terms of being viewed as a solid player. So he's going to raise it here on the button, makes it 130,000 to go.
Yeah, he's perceived at this table as very tight, solid. Cornel with ace-jack calls, and behind him, Soheil with ace-king.
I'm all in.
And he's going to go all in. And Eric must be saying, why did I get involved? That stupid button. He folds.
Well, Cornel now has a tough decision to make here, Vince. This is the one player that you might consider calling here with an ace-jack, because you know that Soheil can make this play with any 2 cards. It so happens he's got Cornel dominated here right now.
James, let me know when he calls, baby.
All right, brother.
Well, Soheil getting up and walking away from the table, something I don't think should be allowed until
Everybody
action
here.
is complete.
Call! Call!
In other words, Cornel should have a right to look at his opponent while he's making his decision, just as his opponent had a right to look at him when he made his.
And finally, Cornel is going to fold it.
He got away from that ace-jack.
Yes, he did.
We are gonna play poker now.
Soheil, never at a loss for words at the table, always smiling, looking like he's having a great time.
Yeah, money.
Let's go to the felt. Eric quickly folding.
Money's getting there, so...
Back around to Cornel on the button. Looks at king-queen. Nice hand. Going to make it 125,000 to go.
And right behind him, Soheil with the exact same hand. King-queen as well.
And Soheil is going to make the call.
And now it's on to Matt Stout, who's got just a 5-4, and he goes away.
Well, I'm surprised he laid that down with 320,000 in the pot.
James!
It cost him 75,000 to call, but he's out.
You know, no. What comes now? Check dark. Announce.
All right. Soheil's going to check dark.
Well, again, he checks dark, meaning whatever comes out there, he's not betting. Well, flop comes 10-9-5. Both players have the same hand, a king-queen, meaning they both have a gut shot straight draw.
And they both check. Turn card, ace diamonds.
I check dark.
Checks dark once again.
I just forgot to say it.
Well, Cornel's going to make a nice bet here, going to represent that he has an ace. So he's bet 150,000. And now Soheil sits back down. He just has the gut shot straight draw. Only has king high, but look at this, Vince. He's calling 150,000.
I check dark.
All right.
And again, he checks dark. Well, that'll scare you. And now the board pairs tens.
I check.
Now Cornel checks. They're going to split this pot. Both players have a king and a queen.
Can't win, sir.
Thank you. You got the same hand? Yeah.
You gotta love somebody who's playing for $1 million that can enjoy himself like this, Vince.
4 players remain here on the World Poker Tour. We're coming back with more action in just a few moments.
Tonight's World Poker Tour brought to you by FullTiltPoker.net.
I'm not even sure I can think about what it would mean to capture a WPT title. I mean, I'm actually thrilled that I made this final table. It's something that I just really want to have happen. I didn't even realize how important it was to me until the last couple of days. And if I end up winning the WPT, I mean, it'll be great. I'll be thrilled. But, I mean, I'm a poker player. I'm going to keep coming out to these things, win or lose, and giving it my best shot. But winning is a lot better than losing.